This is part 3 of two-dimensional control array in VBA. So this part we're going to be talking about this should be part 3. This part we're going to be talking about how to do dynamic array, that is how to do dynamic control array in VBA. That is what we're going to be doing in this part. So the way to do that, I will go to my form. I'll open the form. I needed to, let me bring it down this. I need to add some text box. Let me copy, paste. Say no. I want it to be a control array, so say no. Now let me bring this one down a little again. Okay, this should be up here, this should be down. Let me select both of them and align them left. Align them left, it will be the same. Now I needed to add a form, a label. You add a label. Now we'll select this and select this and make the height of the height the same. So I need to copy this, paste, say no. So I needed to move this down to here. Now let me align it with this. So select this. I'll align the top. I'll invariably take off the horizontal distance, remove it. Then we're good to go. So before I do this, let me see what I will type in there. The caption, whether the caption will be, let me see, the caption should be, this one should be number, this should be number of row. This should be number of column. This should be number of column. Okay, enter. So okay. Now this one I should move it a little. Closer. Let me make it to be in line with this. So it should be left. Now I will select this and select this. So I will remove the horizontal space, horizontal distance. It should be in line. So you check this one and this is not in line together. Now let me make this, let me align this and this. Align this with this. left. Now I will align this with this left, so it's okay now. Now this one I will just call it, I will take away this text here, select this, I also take away this text here. Now I'll go up for this, the name for this text box. The name here I will just say txt, I'll call it txt, let me say row, txt row number, then this is a column number, call it column, txt column number, txt column number. So these are the numbers. So this is what I will use to say, okay, this is number of row, number of column. Now that I will use to define whether it's 2 by 2 matrix, 3 by 2 matrix, 1 by 2 matrix, and all that. So let's now go into this form. We need to change this a little. So what I will do now is I'll say dim, I will not define an array. I'll define an array. This should be an integer. This image supposed to be an integer. It should be an integer. So now here we call, I needed to have we need to introduce a property, dimension property. So I'll say dimension dim1, this time 1 as integer, then dim2 as integer. So it needs to be a property. So it needs to be a property of the sheet. So I will call it P. Call this, I will make this one P2. I'll put P behind this. So I'll come here, copy this. Dim1, dim2. So dimension 1, dimension 2. I will copy it. I need to copy this to create a public property that I can access in that other place. So I will now just paste, move down a little, paste, move down a little, paste. Now I need to now say, just select here, come here, say find. Now replace. I'm replacing with this. That means what I copied was let me go back to this. Let me copy this. Is the one. So let me just paste it in. Now I'll go back. I have this and this, so now I need to copy this. Now what I'll do is to replace all, so that is that. Then now I would like to change this to 2. I'll change it to 2, then select here. I'll say replace all. So that is it. So having done that, I have gotten the dimension property. So I will now come down here. I will now say I will say redimension. I will use redimension array. Dimension array, I will just say bracket open 1. I will now say 1 to dim 1, comma, then 1 to dim 2, bracket close. Now, having defined this for now this is a row, this is column. So to define this small one will now be lower boundary, lower bound, that is lower boundary of ARR, comma 1, bracket close. So this ARR is for this, then this one is for this one, is representing this one, it's position 1. Then now, but this one is row. Let me now copy this and I will change it to upper boundary, paste, and change this to upper boundary. Now I can now copy the whole of this again, come here, replace this one, then come here, change this to 2, because this 2 is for column 2, 2, change this to 2, change this to 2. This 2 is representing this one, which is column. No, this is row, this is column. So this 2, you see here is 1, 2. So this one is for the row, this one is for the column. So that is it. Now you now come here, that is what will be represented accordingly. So coming down here, I will not put this, I will take out this, I will take it off. The max, okay, this is not supposed to be here, so I didn't even write it properly well, so take it off, it's not supposed to be there. So we needed to edit your proper edition. So where is it again? this place I defined it is not supposed to be again. Here it's not supposed to be there. Now, I haven't defined this. I need to define, okay, the maximum and column. I haven't defined this, okay? So, I can also take this one off here. I can take this one off here. Because the property here, so let me take it off here. Take it off. Now I will now go to this place. Define them here. So this should be dots. This should be dots. Correct. This will be dots. Cell width correct. Now this one should be before this. Before this one, because this value here is needed in this place. So okay, because this value here is needed. The value here is needed for the execution of this. Then this one I will just need to say from, that is file and form. I need to define the form. Now I also need to define the form here. The form here. So this one will define the form. This one gets that directed to the form. So this is the height for the text box one. This one also for the width for text box one. So that's it. So we needed this to execute this. Then now we also need let's say dots. We need dots. The maximum it should be equal to, which should be equal to FRM dots txt. This is a maximum column, so it should be this column number dot text. Now I needed to say value, so value val bracket let me put it well, let me undo, should be here, val here, bracket open, bracket close, sorry, bracket close, enter. So I needed to do the dots max 0, where is it, max 0, dot max 0 should be equal to let's say val brackets open and close. Now say from this dot txt, that is the row number, dot property I wrote it outside, sorry. Dot text. So we have this as this. So the same applicable to the same is applicable to the, like I've done the cell height and the cell width, maximum, okay, the dimensions. Now dot dimension, which is dimension 1, let me enter, dot dimension 2. This, let me just copy paste. For dimension 1 is for row, sorry, for row. Copy this. This should be equal to paste. Then dimension 2 is for column, which is this. I'll copy this and paste it here. So this is for dimension 2. So let me check if there is some other thing I needed to define there. Let me say that I define this, define the whole of this. Okay, so there is nothing to define again. So I've defined the whole thing. So this is so good for that. But if there is no value, if you don't put any value, there will be an error. So to counter this error, the best thing to do is to say, I'll use an if statement. That is the best thing to do. Now I will just say if this whole thing is it's only these two. If dim we'll say if bracket open and close, if dim 1, no, it will not work there. It will not work. The only thing that will work there now is this. If this value copy, if this value is equal to nothing, it's equal to empty, and this value, this one is row, and this one copy. I'll copy that, paste it here. Is equal to nothing. Then you see, use a message box. in the message box, please. I said please. In the message box, I said please. Please fill in the number, filling the number of row and the number of column. Message is okay. This is an error handling, so this is an error method for error handling. Now if this is this, do this. So already before you say before you click this one, you're supposed to put value here. If you didn't put value here and click, it will ask you to put value here. So let me go back. Now let's go back to this place again. If this is okay. Now let's end the if statement and the if statement here. We'll put end sign or end the if statement here. So let's try if it will work. Now I didn't put any value here. Say click. Please fill the number. Now see. Now fill the number. So also here I needed to also put on error. Okay, let me just run. Let me run the value. Let me just say 2 by 2. So let me use 2 by 2. It works. So it worked. Let me now use 3. Okay, 5 by 8. Okay, already end this. Let me run it again. Now let's say 5 by 8. You have this. This is the 5 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is dynamic array, control array. Now I needed to put on error. On error, go to. I say on error, go to. Let's say wrong. We'll say wrong entry. Now I will now come down to this place. I will say exit. So now if there is an error, if there is no error, the thing will run, get to this place and exit. But if there is an error, to jump to this place and exit that and execute that error. So let's say the error, let me copy this so that let me copy this and paste here with semicolon, enter. Now then I needed to define we need to define, I will say dim message box as string. Then I also say answer as string. Now when I come here, I'll say message box equal to, I say message box equal to error dot number. So now this one tells you, gives you the error message, the number of the error. Identify the number of the error, then you now take comma, put a space so that when you write when this command, this error number is written, it will go with a column. After the column there will be a space before you now write this other one. You now write this other thing and say error now say comma, bracket open. You now write the error number dot number, bracket close. Now what will happen is that this one will tell you the name of that error. This is to tell you the name of that error. Now go back to this. You say message will now be equal to, you put back the message so that it will be, now we are bringing back this message root at the first instance. So that is, this one now is this message here. So I needed to add in, let's say VBA new line. Now this will add a line. I can also add another line. That is, I'm adding two lines, which I'm saying enter twice. So if you say enter, this is just like you're entering a new line. So that is the meaning of that. So entering a new line. This spell is well. That was why the line well. So see, okay. Now then you can just, now the next one I say message. Say message equal to the same message, and I will now add in, I'll say please, I can say please try again. Let's try again. Then now I can just now say the answer should be equal to message box brackets open. Let's see. Bracket open, the what will come up is message. The string message. Come on. I'll say VBA say VBA critical. Let's say critical. Let me use critical. Well, if I add plus number one, let me just I use VBA OK button. Okay, and cancel. Okay. Now we'll just close it. Now this is the way it looks like. So now you see message box. If you write message box with brackets open and close, you must have an equal sign here. Now look at this other one. Now you see this is a message box, this one without a bracket open and close, so I just keep a space, I just write this thing. So, and I don't need equal sign here. You see the difference here? You see? Now, but with this one, since there is bracket open and close, it's like a function. This one is written like, this message box is a function. Now, that is the way, there are two different ways of writing functions. You can write the function, write the name of that function, you put a space, you write the value you want the function to execute. Or if you put it inside a bracket, now you will need to fill in all these things in here. You can fill only this and leave, you don't fill this. Then it must be equal to, that is the way to write a function, because this is a function. So having explained that, let me now run. Let me run it without adding something here. See, please try again. See it. So I didn't put this thing to take me to that place. There is an error. So the error here is subscripts out of range. Subscripts out of range. So it's out of range. So to do it correctly, I will just say this is 6. This is 5. Say okay, works. So that is that. So I need to close here. So there are new things you learn here. You learn how to use error handling. So the error handling here, I use this method of error handling, which is on error go to this, which is this. I also use another method of error handling where I use the if function. The if. Now, the if function. So that is that. If you like this video, please subscribe. This one is for dimensional array. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that anytime each time I make new videos, you can be able to, you will notice it. You will be the first to watch it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.